Ilia happens to be a good friend of mine, and I've known him since his first UFC fight. And since he got in, I was telling the world, this guy's gonna be a champion. I don't know when, because Max had the belt and then Volkanovski, and I was like, those are tough asks of anybody. But brother, did he fucking above and beyond show me, man?
Bro, his confidence is next level.
Oh my God. And I've trained with him numerous times. You know when you go with somebody who's just dense. It's not even that they're throwing hard, you're just working out, but you can feel this dude, his bones weigh extra fucking 50 pounds than everybody else, you know? He's just a dense fucker. So since I was training with him, wrestling with him, I'm like, man, fuck, this guy hits 170 pounds, bro, he's 145. I was telling people that back then. So it's just, obviously in the fight, you don't know if he's gonna get to connect, but I always in the back of my mind, if this guy connects on these 45 pounders, bro, he's gonna change him up. Because I remember feeling his power when I'm at 170, 3-4 weeks away from the fight, and I'm like, this guy can crack, for real, he can fucking crack, you know?
I think it's a fascinating stylistic clash, with both fighters bringing unique strengths to the table. On one side, Ilia Topuria's explosive striking and speed make him a real threat on the feet. If he can keep the fight standing, his knockout power and dynamic offense could create big opportunities. On the other side, Islam Makhachev's elite grappling and control are his key assets. He's shown time and again that he can neutralize dangerous strikers by taking the fight to the ground, where his wrestling and submission skills shine. In my view, if Topuria can avoid Islam's takedown attempts and impose his striking game, he could very well turn the tide in his favor. However, if Islam manages to close the distance, secure a takedown, and control the fight on the ground, his methodical approach might give him the edge. Ultimately, it's a classic striker versus grappler scenario, and the outcome would likely hinge on who successfully imposes their game plan on fight night. It's one of those matchups that could go either way depending on strategy, execution, and the ever unpredictable nature of MMA.
My mindset is always the same. I'm always looking to achieve things that no one could. So someone could submit him, I will be the first one to submit him.
Any specific submission?
Now I heard some love from some idiots, but it's gonna happen.
Ilia Topuria. He said, you know what? I want to go up to 155 pounds, fight the #1 contender, and then if he wins that, then he fights Islam. I think that's good, brother. I think he deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, he's next. Why not? Because there is nobody.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting him on 55? Without, no, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance, and people talk great about oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski, but the UFC pushed this fight, and this fight was good in first fight. But why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why? It's not fair for 155 pounds.
Right,
But if he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira, of course. You know what I think?
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Yeah. I like Charles, but I think so too.
No, I think he make it good.
I mean, be careful what you wish for, right? You got a lot of guys in your division, you still have to fight. And Ilia's getting to that point, right, where you're undefeated, you're getting a lot of hype, so now you're just starting to call out and, play that game of trying to be like the next McGregor, but you don't want to mess with Islam and them, because like they said, it's different there. You want a street fight, they'll street fight you. He sees you, you disrespect him, and he's going to show you what disrespect means from Dagestan.
You gotta tell me you wouldn't be interested in Ilia versus Islam. God, I mean, Islam is quite a bit bigger, but I feel like Ilia's skill level is just so high. Obviously, so is Islam. So that could be a potential super fight here in a few years if those guys keep doing their thing.
I think it's a fascinating stylistic clash, with both fighters bringing unique strengths to the table. On one side, Ilia Topuria's explosive striking and speed make him a real threat on the feet. If he can keep the fight standing, his knockout power and dynamic offense could create big opportunities. There are reports that Alex Pereira got knocked out during a sparring session while training for his UFC 313 fight against Magomed Ankalaev. A video of the incident has been circulating online, making fans worry about his preparation. Despite this, Pereira is still training hard, working on his ground game with Glover Teixeira. He remains confident and says he's preparing for Ankalaev like he would for any other opponent. Their fight is highly anticipated, as Ankalaev is on a 13-fight unbeaten streak and Pereira is looking to defend his title. Alex Pereira was seen belly-crawling in training, which caught fans' attention. It's part of his preparation to improve mobility and ground defense for his fight against Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. UFC CEO Dana White has recently suggested the possibility of a rematch between current bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili and former title holder Sean O'Malley. Their initial bout took place at UFC 306 in September 2024, where Dvalishvili secured a unanimous decision victory over O'Malley to claim the championship. Since then, Dvalishvili has successfully defended his title against Umar Nurmagomedov. O'Malley, after undergoing shoulder surgery, is targeting a return to the octagon in early 2025. White noted that both fighters are interested in a rematch, stating, "They want to fight each other, and I think people want to see it."
Different options, I think, for Sean O'Malley. We could have done maybe an Aldo possibility. There's, especially with him, so many options. How did the bantamweight division shake?
They want to fight each other. I think people want to see it.
Action Bronson was seen sparring with Alex Pereira, the UFC's scary knockout artist and current light heavyweight champ. The clip had people talking because Bronson, who has been serious about fitness and combat sports, actually held his own for a bit. Of course, Pereira wasn't going full power.
Don't stop. Nice, get it.
Ilia Topuria believes he has done everything in the featherweight division, and he has some solid reasons. He became the UFC featherweight champion and defeated top fighters like Alexander Volkanovski, proving his dominance. Winning and defending the title made him feel like he had accomplished all he needed to, a sentiment even UFC President Dana White supports. Another factor is his struggle to cut weight, making it difficult to continue fighting at 145 pounds. However, not everyone agrees. Paddy Pimblett, for example, thinks he should have beaten more contenders before moving up. Still, with his achievements and the challenges of staying in the division, Topuria feels it's time for a new challenge at lightweight.
Featherweight division.
No, he did that. He said, I've done everything I can do here. I'm ready to move up. And he vacated it. He said, I shouldn't be holding up anybody's opportunities. And, you know, it's always, I respect when guys do that.